When your product is being ripped out of your hands by eager customers and you cannot keep up with their demand for more, you have achieved the nirvana known as product market fit. Most startups fail because they burn through cash without first carefully considering or planning for the moment when customers actually want what they are selling. Achieving a product market fit is one of the most important goals for a startup, yet it is one of the least understood concepts. Hello everyone, this is Sean and today I am going to tell you what a product market fit is, why it is important for every product company and how you can achieve the same. But before I proceed, if you are new to this channel, I would request you to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. This channel is all about helping people build and scale technology businesses. We also send a lot of free giveaways like ebooks, templates, worksheets to our subscribers regularly. So please stay connected to us and get regular updates. Now let's see what is a product market fit. By definition, product market fit means being in a good market with a product that can satisfy that market. Breaking down the definition, we can see that the product market fit boils down to three main components. Number one, a good market. A good market means that your target market is big enough to allow you to grow and expand your operations several fold. For example, if you were to sell or rent movies and series like Netflix, you would be addressing a large market of potential customers. But if you were to focus solely on renting out DVDs of the documentaries about graffiti culture in the 80s, you would operate in a niche market and have lower chances of expansion. In market research, this is called TAM, Total Addressable Market. You need to pick a TAM which has the potential to be great, or you risk shooting yourself in the foot from the beginning. Even if you have a great team, a fantastic product and the most streamlined operations in the industry, it will be impossible to grow your business if there is no demand to fill. Number two, a good product. A good product doesn't mean a perfect one. This means that the product does what it promises and it does it well. And number three, satisfaction. Satisfaction refers to how your potential customers respond to your product. The product satisfies your customers' need in a way that your competitors' offering do not. For example, Uber didn't reinvent the taxi, but it understood that customers needed a more accessible ride with less hassle when it comes to ordering and paying for the trip. They satisfied the customer's specific needs for a faster, hassle-free journey in a way that existing taxi services did not. But what does this mean for a company in concrete terms? You can always feel when product market fit is not happening. The customers are not quite getting the value out of the product, word of mouth isn't spreading, users isn't growing that fast, press reviews are kind of blah, the sales cycle takes too long and a lot of deals never close. And you can always feel product market fit when it is happening. The customers are buying the product just as fast as you can make it, or the users is growing just as fast as you can add more servers. Money from the customers is piling up in your company checking account. You are hiring sales and customer support staff as fast as you can. Reporters are calling because they have heard about your hot new thing and they want to talk to you about it. You start getting Entrepreneur of the Year award from Harvard Business School. Investment bankers are stocking out your house. Product market fit isn't just beneficial for your peer points or your checking accounts. It also has tangible consequences for your business's bottom line. But why? Why product market fit is so important? Achieving a product market fit has several parts. For example, number one, lower customer acquisition cost. Companies that achieve PMF have lower acquisition cost. Free media coverage and word of mouth both act as non-paid and organic channels that drive new customers at no additional cost. Number two, higher customer retention. Happy customers are loyal customers. Satisfying the needs of your target audience means that they won't be turning to your competition to scratch that itch. This translates to lower cost when it comes to customer retention campaigns as well as lower churn rates, which would otherwise eat into your revenue. Number 3. Faster growth. Fast growth is an indicator of PMF. It also means more early adopters who will pave the way towards the next seed round. Number 4. Scaling done right. Scaling before you achieve product market fit is a business suicide. A pre-PMF company leaks money. Customer acquisition costs are higher and grow exponentially once you stray away from the early adopter zone. You lose customers due to churn, and both of these problems scale along with your company. Unlike premature scaling, scaling post-PMF means that your company experiences fewer growth cramps and is better able to sustain itself when operations change by the order of magnitude. Now let's see how we can achieve PMF. Discovering your product market fit is certainly no easy task, but it is crucial and something you should not take shortcuts on. To help you get started, here is a 6-step PMF framework we recommend you to follow when searching for your ideal product market fit. Number 1. Determine your target customer. Start with a hair-on-fire problem that an identifiable group of people have. Target customers ultimately decide how well a product meets their need. Use market segmentation to clearly define your target customer. Segmentation is the partitioning of the full market into market segments consisting of potential customers with similar needs and behavior. Defining the attributes and characteristics of various target users, commonly referred to as persona archetypes, is a great way to describe your target customers so that everyone on the product team understands for whom they are designing and building the product. Start with a high-level hypothesis of your target customer and continually revise it as you learn, refine and tweak the features of your product in order to improve it, a process known as iterating. Point number 2. Identify underserved customer needs. After forming a target customer hypothesis, the next step is to understand their underserved needs. Identify the specific needs that correspond to a good market opportunity. Address customer needs that are not adequately met in order to create value for customer. Step number 3. Define your value proposition. A value proposition is the essence of product strategy and outlines a plan for how a product will meet customer needs better than the alternatives. Choose what customer needs your product can address. Figure out what unique features of your product will delight your customers and how your product will outperform the competitors. Step number 4. Specify your minimum viable product feature set. After you define your value proposition, specify what functionality your minimum viable product will include. This approach is aimed at building only what is needed to create enough value for your target customer to validate that your product is headed in the right direction. The goal of this approach is to iterate until you have a minimum viable product that customers agree is viable. Step number 5. Create your minimum viable product prototype. Create a MVP prototype which allows you to test your idea before building an actual product. Show your target customers a version of your product in order to get feedback and integrate that feedback into the product. Prototyping tools such as InVision can usually simulate the user experience of a final product with enough fidelity and interactivity to obtain critical feedback from customers. And final point, test your MVP product with your customers. Once you create your minimum viable product prototype, solicit feedback from your target market. Use a screener, a short survey to ensure market research participants have the attributes of your target customer. Schedule one-to-one meeting with each customer to user test. Conduct user test in waves of 5 to 8 users. During the test, carefully observe what target customers says and does while using the prototype. Ask clarifying questions to glean deeper insights and gain most value from user test. Avoid asking closed questions that mandate a yes or no response from the interviewee. Ask non-leading, open-ended questions to encourage insightful responses. After conducting user test, analyze and interpret the feedback received. Identify patterns of similar feedback and prioritize any customer concerns so you can address them. Then define the initial prototype to incorporate their concerns and experiences. As you can see, determining and optimizing product market fit is a really big deal. It can be the difference between a huge win for you and your investors or a complete loss of invested capital, even with a really great product. If customers are not lining up to buy your product, or your product isn't sticky enough to retain them, or your product creates unnecessarily strain for you or your customers while fulfilling your services, it is time to go back to the drawing board and start rethinking your product strategy. Implementing this 6-step iterative process at the outset of product development will lead to a more efficient use of resources and a high degree of confidence that when you launch your product, customers will find it valuable. I hope this gives you a clear picture of the importance of product market fit and the best ways to achieve the same. If you have any more ideas on this subject, please share with me and with our audience in the comment section. Let us know what strategy you followed and what has worked for you. We would love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to our channel to learn more about product strategy and marketing. Please like and share this video and spread the message. Thank you so much for watching the video. See you soon.